to another episode of Boss Game Beat All Game podcast. I am 1/3 of your host, A1. Over to my right, I got Cooley the engineer, and I got the one and only legendary, straight out of the Babe/LA. Gotta give it to him. One drop, Scott.
Yes.
Thank you for coming through, man. Appreciate you.
Man, I appreciate you, brother.
All right, well, let's get straight to it, man. So, first of all, we're going to start from the beginning.
It's a long way back.
Well, come on, let's start. I want to know, how'd you get into music and where was your start at?
Okay, well, my start, unfortunately, my natural father, you know, he married a white woman in the 50s, bro. I'm a grown. I'm way grown, y'all. I'm past grown. Anyway, back in the 50s, it was still Jim Crow, you know, and L.A., Even though it was L.A., it was still Jim Crow. Mm-hmm. So my father marrying a white woman in Hollywood, he was coming up as a major actor at that time. I mean, he was the first African American to star in have a reoccurring role on the daytime television. I think it was One Life to Live or whatever.
Wait.
Yeah.
A soap opera?
Yeah. At first, they had to pay him to write his own, because they didn't know how to write for a black man, so they had to pay him as an actor and a writer, bro.
Oh, wow, that's dope. He was double dipping.
Exactly. Yeah, so you know, he went to Redlands College in Riverside, and that's where he met my mother. My mother was olive-skinned white woman, right? But to him, he thought, oh, that's another sister. It's another sister on the campus. Let me go holler, right? Now, this man was a trained opera singer, bro. He could sing like Paul Robeson, bro. He was brought up in the role of Paul Robeson. That was his like idol, right? Mm-hmm. Anyway, so you know, he went and introduced himself to my mother, and they just struck it off. And eventually he married her. But when he married her in Hollywood at that time, they was like, bro, what is you doing? Mm-hmm. It's a white woman. What is you doing? So he couldn't get no more work, bro. So he joined the Air Force, moved up here. This is where I was conceived. I was conceived on Travis Air Force Base, because he had to join the Air Force. And when he got out the Air Force, he changed his name from Jack Crowder, because he was blackballed as Jack Crowder. Okay. As far as I'm concerned. I mean, they ain't gonna come out and say it, but he wasn't getting no more work.
You know what time it is.
Right,
you ain't gotta come out and say it.
So he changed his name to Thomas Rasulullah.
Okay.
And he moved to New York. And so my who really got me into music was my stepfather, because he recognized all my brothers, our talent. We got our talent from my mother. She was a violin player, and she had perfect pitch, bro. You could hit any note, and she would tell you what note that was, bro. You know, it was kind of like a curse to her, because if she went to a concert and heard someone singing out of tune,
oh,
wow. Anyway, my stepfather, he was the one that noticed all my brothers and my talent, so he started teaching us how to sing harmonies and whatever. So, you know, that man had the dopest sound system that you could buy, bro, and he had these headphones, right? So I get home from school, slap on them headphones, and that man listened to every kind of music you can think of. He had Jimi Hendrix, he had Rolling Stones, he had Manco Santa Maria. I mean, he had Miles Davis, all kind of music. So I would sit there, and he had some conga drums, because he played he could play he had a good tone. But he was just, it was like a hobby for him. But he liked to play the congas. So, but to me, I come straight home, slap on them headphones, and start playing along with them records, bro.
Oh shit!
Right, and so
let me ask you this for a former producer: is congas could be said like the
congas?
Congas.
Yes.
You add that conga.
Yeah.
Conga.
Yeah. It's from the conga. It's from conga.
Do you think that would be considered like the first early drum machine? Because you kind of like you put headphones on, but you're making beats.
I'm gonna say that the first drum machines was was the enslaved that were in the fields playing. That's the first hip hop, bro. Because they was making up songs about the master that master didn't know what the fuck they was talking about, bro. They was talking big shit about the master, right? And making up songs about ham bone, how they passed around the ham bone from one family to the next and shit like that. And so, for real, that's where to me, hip hop started. And they would be out there hitting they would use their body to make rhythms, ham bone. So
is that where the ham bone? Have you heard?
Yeah. That ham bone.
That's not my era. We didn't do ham bone. But I kind of get what you're talking about.
Yeah, it wasn't my era either. But I mean,
you on game. That's crazy. I never thought about that. I never even gave that any thought about all the little games that you play as a kid. You know what I mean? Banana, Fofana, FIFA. Like, I never thought about that at hip hop.
Right.
Being like, that's sort of, I never even tripped off that.
Yeah, hip hop started in the fields, bro. The brothers that weren't in the house, but were out in the fields, that's where hip hop started, bro. For real.
So, your start, where was your first major, would you say major chance to get in the studio and show your skills? What artist was it with? Was you by yourself? Like, how did that happen?
Well, I was in a group when I moved here from LA. It was like culture shock for me because Berkeley in 1973 or 72, it was like hippied out, right? And I was from LA. I wanted to be a football player, and I got up here and I was like, man, what the hell is going on, right? And so me and my brothers, we rebelled a little bit. So my father put us into this like after school program where this guy was teaching steel drums. And if you know anything about the steel drum, you could only play it with two hands, right? So you need more than one person to play. It's like kind of like a conga, like a rumba or whatever, like rumba from Africa or Cuba, Afro-Cuban. You're playing by yourself, it's not enough. You need a group of people to make the rhythm, right? Same with steel drums. So we're playing the steel drums in this group, and the man Jeff Norrell, who was one of my main mentors coming up in music, his house burnt down, and my stepfather said, "Man, move into our basement." It's all good. Move into the basement, right? So he moves into the basement, right down here on McGee Street, right? And now he wants to play. Any musician, they always want to play. So now he wants to play, right? Now he got these kids upstairs that are in his little orchestra that he teaches after school.
Okay.
Right. So he come and grabbed me and my brothers to come and jam with him, and I'm like, man, I'm playing with my electric football set, right? Leave me alone.
The
right?
old school with the plug in.
Yeah. Right. No, man. I'm like, no. So they taught me to play, so I'm like, oh, okay. So we go downstairs in the backyard. And we're playing the steel drums. Now, it just so happened that this one guy named Johnny Otis, I don't know if you ever heard of the great Johnny Otis, but he wrote Hound Dog for
Elvis?
No, for Lil Esther Phillips. Because back in them days, bro, white artists would copy black artists' songs, right? So Johnny Otis was a major songwriter. He wrote Hound Dog, he wrote Hand Jive, he wrote all kinds of songs that were big time hits back in those days, but a lot of white artists would take his songs and redo them. But he wrote Hound Dog. Anyway, his son lived right down the street from us. He heard the steel drums and he said, man, what the fuck? And came over with his conga drums and started jamming out with us in the backyard, right? But then it also just so happened that there was a trombone player that had just moved in right across the street from us. And he played the trombone. So he heard the music. He said, man, what's up with that? Came over, introduced himself, right? Now we're all jamming out in the backyard now. Check it out. My stepfather was so cool. Rest his soul. He, you heard of Tower of Power?
Tower of Power, yes. I heard Tower of Power.
Everybody heard Tower of Power.
You can speak. What the hell you shaking your head for, man?
That's Bay Area legend. They play that Tower of Power. Anyway.
Wait, am I make sure I'm on the right track? Don't get Tower of Power. Is that Okay, we're gonna get back to that because I think I don't know, Meg. I want to make sure I'm talking about the same people y'all talking about.
Lenny Williams, Tower of Power.
No, I'm not thinking about the same people. See, I might
Yes,
not be
you are.
No, I'm not.
Man, they.
What song? What song?
Straight,
Tower of
straight
Power?
back to Oakland.
Give me a song from Tower of Power, Cooley.
I can't think of it, but I know they used to always
You're still a young man, baby.
play at,
Well, not that one.
they always used to play with the Jerry Garcia band. I know that used to always be like on the same bill.
Yeah,
But Tower of Power is
that's Bay Area legend.
I gotta look up Tower of Power when I get off work tonight. When we done with this, I'm making the point. I need to know. I need to make sure because I was thinking about the other one. They're like early '90s, and they used to be on like 94 Wow, 94.9. That's not the same people. That's why I knew that's not it.
Tower of Power, but anyway, yeah. So the saxophone player from Tower of Power, my father used to let him cut school and go into our little studio that he had built in the garage and let him just play his saxophone all day long. So he was there too.
Okay.
So he busts out. Now we got like 8 people playing in my backyard.
Y'all got a whole ass band
Right,
back
we had
there
the whole
for real.
right. So we're in the backyard playing it. Now all of a sudden they're like, "Hey man, let's go up on the street." I'm like, "What?" Hell, no, I ain't gonna. They said, "No, we're gonna go up on Telegraph and make some money, bro." I'm like, "Oh,
Smart.
yeah, okay." For me though, man, I'm like, "Hell no, man, I ain't passing no ad. You crazy fuck, bro." But I went up there, made me a cool little $5. I was hooked, bro.
First check.
It was over.
It was
bro.
over. I got
on.
5 for this shit.
And you
I was
feel
doing
me?
this in the backyard for free for hours. I'm going back up to Telegraph and give me another
bruh.
check.
After that, we started playing over in the city at where the cable car turns around.
It's pow.
Yeah, bro, we would make a good little $50 every time that thing came around.
Ooh,
So
at those days, that's a little chunk of
yeah,
change.
come on, bro. So I go home with like $50-$60 myself
Oh,
personally.
yeah, you gonna get some fresh Pumas and shit.
Bro, they called me Scott Pants back then, bro.
Scott pants.
Scott Pants, because I used to buy every kind of pants you could buy, bro. Because I spend my little money up at north side on the foosball tables and whatever, But that was the start, bro. And we recorded live at KSN at the famous world. I guess it's world famous now, or was then. It's called the Record Plant in Sausalito. That's where Rick James, all kind of anyone you can think of from the Bay Area. That's where they recorded their hit albums, bro. At the Record Plant. I was like 13 years old. That was my first record. That was my first
13 years old, you in the game.
That was my first recording session. Yep, live.
At 13
Live,
years old.
yes, brother. Live on KSN radio, bro. Yep.
That's some bad shit. 13 years old, I was still playing street football.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Me too. Shit.
Yeah, but I'm saying you hear that's crazy. So your experience it's like no other, right?
Yeah.
Because you were showing me off air. I'm gonna have to tell the people and tell the fans, right? You were showing me off air with you performing on Soul Train.
Yeah. Twice I was on there. I was on there with Confunction, and I was on there with Bill Summers and Summers Heat. And I have a new group with Bill Summers. It's called Forward Back. We do I call it modern historic music, because we went back to Africa, and I'll show you my. After I got assaulted and had to jump into the bay to save myself, I decided to go ahead and get my protection from my ancestors. And this is Ifa. This is from Africa, Yoruba religion, And
Them some beautiful beats.
yeah, thank you, brother. Yeah. They were made by my godmother.
Your godmother is
Yeah.
for protection.
Yep.
Don't leave home without it.
Can't leave. You can leave home without.
I know, but you shouldn't leave home
But
without it.
no, you never do, and you're supposed to leave them inside so they stay protected. I mean, you're not really supposed to, but you can wear them out. But I like to keep them underneath, keep them protected themselves. You feel me?
So let me ask you: how many girls you get after they see you performing on Soul Train? When you went back to wherever you was going, and they seen you rocking out on Soul Train, how many panties was thrown at your doorstep?
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I was on tour with Confunction, bro, and they used to tell me, man, Scotty, man, you got pussy falling out your pockets. What's up with you, bro? Man, I was always the kind of man that if I had a girl, I stuck with that girl.
God, so you had a girlfriend.
I had a girlfriend, so I was
Okay, all right, that's smart move.
not all of them though.
You wasn't that solid, huh?
Nah, it was a few that I have to.
Yeah,
I mean, I have to. You feel me?
So since we gonna stay on this, right? All right, we gonna stay with you. Dated the famous fucking Sheila E.
Yeah.
That's every young man's my age. That's they one.
Well, I met her right down the street from here. They used to have nightclubs all up and down Berkeley, bro. Mm-hmm. I mean, I played in every nightclub in Berkeley, and they had the Keystone right on the corner, right at the end of here. That's where I met Sheila, and we were playing the next day at Provo Park, and I said, Sheila, man, come and check us out, you know, da da da. And so she came through, and it just happened that I knew a friend of hers. That's how I met her.
Okay.
Through this other female. I said, hey, Sheila, man, get my number from Esther and give me a call. I couldn't believe it when she called me, bro. That's the only woman I ever got on the bus. I used to ride the bus out to East Oakland to go and visit Sheila and the family, bro.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Did she know you was riding the bus?
Hell yeah.
Oh, she knew you was riding the bus, or you was like,
how else I'm going to get there?
I ain't telling you to ride the bus, but I'm going to come and see you.
13, 14, I had to ride the bus, bro.
How old was Sheila at the time?
16 or 15.
How long was your date?
Oh, we know, bro, it was more like whenever I can get her alone type of thing. You know, it was
13 to 14 is puppy love, bro. I'm just saying.
It's puppy love.
Puppy love.
Yeah.
Y'all burning zippers. Unless y'all was real fast. At that time, it was fast, but it was very,
yeah,
very...
we was smooching like a motherfucker. You feel me? I got my smooch on. Every gig, bro. Every gig we sneak off behind it and get our little kiss session.
Oh, but you kidding, right? He said, I got my smooch on. But those days it was different though.
Oh yeah.
Back now, if it was these days, y'all have been behind the stage getting it in.
Yeah.
Times was different. People were more slow, and it was more like, which it was good.
Refreshing. Yeah, that's how I was anyway. I was never really all, trying to just fuck everything.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that's where we at in the era that we in. Everything is trying to fuck everything. You go on your little Instagram, you're like, what is this? Every time I gotta see what is going on. I'm trying to be entertained or informed. And this ain't entertaining or informative to me.
It's funny because I got the blue check. Ever since I got that blue check, bro, and I got all these. What is? I don't know. Who are you? Your females just hitting you up with this hand, easy. Yeah.
Oh, so the blue check make a difference?
It makes it. Well, I don't know. Then to me, not really. I mean,
no, I'm saying the blue for is like thirst trap. They say that the blue check is some cheese for the rats. Huh? Some cheese for the rats.
Basically, yeah.
I don't. Blue check, no check. I never got into all
it. Don't really matter.
Yeah, I never like. Yeah. So you pay for it, or is it free?
No, you got to pay like $15 or something like that.
I don't need to be validated.
Nah, you don't. One good thing about being validated, if you have a business, then they know that this is a real motherfucker.
For artists, right? This is my business brand, Cream, right? I'm just like blue checking, like they're gonna know because I plan on like I try to get out and show people myself.
Yeah,
get out old school,
better.
out the trunk.
That's
old
better.
School, independent. Yeah. Like I just did Juneteenth. Not to be taking the story on to me because
no. Let me hear it.
I did Juneteenth in LA.
Together.
Just so I wasn't going to make no money. I was just going to get people familiar with the brand.
That's right.
Let's get all these people down in Leimert Park, East Crenshaw. They don't get to see me in the Bay Area pushing my movement.
Yeah.
So I went down there. I could have did Filmo.
Right.
That's what I could have did Filmo for free.
Right.
But I need Filmo. I got Filmo. I can get to Filmo any day of the week. I can't get to. I need to go to LA. And it worked out. I got a couple celebrities take some pictures and shit. Like DM them, and we're gonna do some business. So I say that like you said, man. It's hey, man, gotta get out.
It's
man.
like my boy. I don't know if you know about Doogie the dog walker.
No, I never heard of him.
Yeah, but he's a Marin and he's doing really well.
He walk dogs.
He walk dogs, bro. And it ain't no like what you might think kind of job.
Oh no, he got if he's out of Marin.
Yeah.
You already know anything go over that crossing bridge is big money.
He's doing his thing.
So if they probably get on $200 a pop each dog,
and he's doing his thing.
and they love them dogs.
And he gets out there in the street and he does his Instagrams. You should follow him.
Yeah, I'm gonna check him out. I definitely gonna check him out.
Yeah.
So let me get back to you, man. Since you've been in the game since 13, like, give me the vibe, like going out on stage. Tell me, how does it feel to get out on stage and play in front of like
50, 30, 40,000.
thousands and y'all in the groove, like, you know what I'm saying? And the beat is flowing and you sweating. Like, tell me what that feel like.
I'm gonna say it's when them lights go out. When them lights go out, that's when the crowd knows you coming on.
Okay.
That's when that's when it hits you. Mm-hmm. Them lights go out and the crowd, woo! Ain't no feeling like that shit in the fucking world, bro.
It's a rush.
Bro. I mean, bro, it's the greatest feeling in the world, bro. Can't no drug, nothing can top that, bro. You about to go out there in front of 50,000 folks and show off. Mm-hmm. And any player that plays music, you're a show off, bro. Let's not get it twisted. You want to show off what you can do.
What you can do. I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, you a show off. So the lights going out. Mm-hmm. That's the moment you get to show off, bro.
So you ever got a chance? Have they ever? You know how they do? How James Brown would do his set or whatever, and he would just let somebody, just one drummer or a horn player, just go off, and you get yours in. You ever got? Thank you.
The Confunction was really good about that. They would break it down, introduce every single person in the band, right? Uh-huh. And the cool thing about, I shouldn't be. Anyway.
Run it, man. Come on, man, run it. This boss game beat all game, man. We need all of you.
All right, so Confunction, they all had their little sparkly outfits, right? But I was the side man in the group, right?
Okay.
So I wasn't the main member, but they had to have that percussion live because they wanted what they had on the record live. So they hired a percussionist. And I'd be fly as fuck, right? So I had my little white suit or whatever on. And they called my name to start my solo. Even before I started, they hit it one note, bro. Crowd going crazy, bro.
Oh, is that right?
I'm still looking. I'm still hella, man, bro. Hold up, bro. My brother's telling me, don't worry about it, Scotty. It's going to be cool. Don't worry about this. Because when I was a kid, we'd go to the skating rink. They give me white shoes, bro.
That's all right. All the fucking pair of back skates they got at skate rings right now. Where the hell they find some white skating?
Because if you're a girl, they give you white shoes, bruh.
Oh shit! I didn't know I can't skate. We didn't have skate rings when I was coming up.
Yeah.
Is that real? That's, you know what? I used to have to fight for my little brother because they used to call him a girl because he had braids.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so you had that.
Yeah.
Pretty light skinned motherfucker.
Yeah, pretty little. Yeah, so back in them days, light skin, pretty long hair. And female, that's going crazy before I even started my solo. You feel me?
Before you even got going, they was like, you got it. Hey, New Jack City.
My father was in that.
Your father was in New Jack City?
Bring me some New Jacks.
That is him.
Bring me some New Jacks.
He was the chief.
Down Miss Rasulullah.
God damn it, that is him.
Yep.
That is him. When they did his lighting, when they had the gangster lighting on him,
yeah.
I always remember the lighting on that part, like when he was in his office and shit.
Yeah.
That lighting was like gray, smoky-ish, and it went good with his dark light. Yeah, that was gangster. That was gangster.
Bring me some New Jacks.
Oh shit! Damn.
And he always had them one-liners like in Roots, the only thing greater than yourself. Mm-hmm. That was him.
I hated Roots. I don't want to say I hate Roots.
I know what you mean. It was hard. Hard to watch.
I can't stand that shit. I can't even watch. I turn the channel. I don't want to say. I don't like my oppressor giving me history.
Yeah, but I understand. But you know what?
And then making money off of it, and it's not being contributed to our community.
But that's true.
Like you can't make money on top of the money. You're making money on top of the money, horrendous shit that you did. You already got paid for the horrendous shit that you did. Now you're gonna make some money and show the people about horrendous shit that you did. Like, motherfucker, you should just write the book and give all the money. Like, that, fuck. That shit irritates.
That's true, but at the same time, that story needed to be told.
But they shouldn't tell it.
But who else gonna tell it back
Well,
then?
let us tell it from our perspective.
At that time, we didn't
I
have
get it. I get. Well, then don't put it out. Have enough dignity to don't put it out till we get in position to let us tell it.
I'm happy that
I get it.
I'm happy that my father was a part of the historical.
At that time, it was there. It was definitely powerful, right? But it's just like I guess I'm at a different mindset. I'm getting very tired, and you're older than me, right? And you saw I'm gonna respect. Like I'm very tired of the repetitive torture and the PSD that they keep providing us by telling us the story of what they did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't benefit.
But another thing, they don't tell the whole story.
No, I'm just
you feel me? They don't really tell all the really good shit either, though. That the black folks, you know.
I hate those type of. I just get tired of that.
Yeah. Well, you know, I understand that.
I'm even burnt out on Black History Month, but that's another story for another story. I just rather just say, you know what I mean? Black Future Month. Let Black tell our parents. Let us tell our kids.
Yeah. But we need to learn though. See,
what I'm saying is the parents should be educated enough to tell the story.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't need y'all telling the story. Okay, if y'all keep wanting talk about Black Future Month. Let's talk about getting things prepared for our community to prosper. Let's talk about going progressive. Why are we still bringing up this hate? And it's like telling a rape victim every anniversary. You remember you got raped.
Yeah.
Remember what we did to you.
Yeah.
Remember this. Come on, man.
Well, we know that's the part of the program.
Okay, cool. Let's get back to the interview. Yeah, because you got so much music, bro. I want to get back to the music, but I'm just saying that's deep in my heart. All right, so you let's get back. I can't believe you dated Sheila E. I'm mad at you right now. I'm mad. I even wanted to punch Run when I see that goddamn movie when he hit stuff and she didn't even get her. You too close to her, nigga. But you was with Confunction, so
Sheila got me the gig with Confunction because she had just gotten the gig with Herbie Hancock. And so that was a step up for you as far as pay. You feel me? So she called me one day. She said, "Scotty, you want to play with this group Confunction?" I'm like, "Confunction? Who?" Because I was into Latin music. I wasn't really listening. I didn't really have my ear on R&B at that time. I was studying Afro-Cuban music at that time, so I didn't even really know who Confunction was. But I was like, well, how much they paying?
How much did they pay? They kicked down?
It was cool. It was 500 plus per diem. Plus per diem.
Oh, that means paying for the hotel and.
Oh no, they pay for the hotel, but you get extra money for per diem every day.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Like I was giving them food. They do that. They still do that shit in the NBA, but food perks and shit, little shit, spending money and shit like that.
Yeah. So I was 500 a week plus per diem. So that's about 700 a week. How many? Good back in 79.
Shit, that's good right now. Shit, I need that 500. That's good, but they say 20,000 was good then, and 20,000 is good right now.
Whatever. Yeah.
Depends how you looking at it. But how many weeks was you on tour?
Oh, well, shit, man. We toured all across America a few times, bro. I mean, every damn state.
And they got to kick in every day?
Brand, see, I'll give you a crazy story. We on the East Coast. And at that time, once I started playing with Confunction, I started listening to more, R&B radio again, right? So that's when Curtis Blood first come out with These Are the Breaks. I'm like, man, that's my jam, right? I love that jam, right? So Curtis Blow was opening up for us on the East Coast. I can't remember what city it was, but it was East Coast. Anyway, my thing, because Confunction was the headliner, so we had full run, right? That means I could go anywhere. I go on stage, backstage, wherever. My thing was to stand on stage and watch every group that played before us. I like to be on stage and listen to the sound of the stage sound, not out front. I wanted to hear what it sounded like on the stage, like the actual group. Not with the big ass speakers. I wanted to hear it, but right, from their perspective, right? So I'm waiting for Curtis Blow to come on, right? I don't know shit about no rap music. I just listen to it on the radio, right? And I'm loving it, but so I'm sitting there waiting for him. I'm like, okay, Where's the band? I'm like, wait a minute. So I'm thinking in my head, well, you know, sometimes, you know, there'll be an opening act, and since they don't want to move around a bunch of equipment, one group will use the other group's equipment. So I'm thinking, okay, well, he must be about to be using the first group's equipment, right? So, nah, lights go out, ain't no band. I'm like, man, 2 cats walk out. Now check it out. The cat on the turntable, that was his road manager too. All right, so.
Oh shit.
All right, so.
Oh shit. He double dipping like a motherfucker.
Right. All right, so now think about the promoter here, bruh. The promoter he's responsible for every single motherfucker on that tour.
Uh-huh.
Every single person. He got to have a hotel room.
But it's only 3 of them.
Dude, I'm talking about the tour.
Yeah, okay.
I'm talking about the whole.
Oh yeah. You talking Confunctions?
Confunction, Cameo, Lakeside.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's promoting this whole tour. Now, Curse Blow he was the opening act. But 30,000 motherfuckers went crazy for 2 people, bruh. Now think about the promoter. The promoter? Now he's paying. Okay, Confunction, we got like 10 people.
That's a lot of hotels spending.
All right, and they have the, you know, they got the bus, they got the the
driver,
the RVs, not the RVs, but the the
Greyhound stuff.
The equipment, whatever, you know.
Okay, the equipment bus.
Yeah,
and the
anyway, the promoter, he got to pay for every single thing, bro. And that's for like three groups. And back in those days, it was like the contained band where you had, you know, the band was all contained. They sang and they played all the instruments. So it was like eight-piece bands. He's paying for like 30-something people plus the crew.
Yeah.
Now,
and then he got these other ones that they screaming and yelling for, and it's only 2. Let me make a decision here. I need to do more rap shows because I'd rather pay for 2 motherfuckers than 35 motherfuckers.
Thank you very much. And that killed funk, bruh. That killed it. It killed the live band. If you think about it.
Damn, I didn't even think about it. See, that's why you got so much game from the inside.
I didn't know then, but after over a couple years, I realized.
That makes sense.
I said, whoa, okay, that's why. Yeah, because Confunction stopped touring.
I'm just thinking about
all them big tours.
George.
George Clinton.
I damn almost call that nigga. Excuse me. I almost called the boy George Floyd. See what I'm saying? I almost called him George. See how much this programming work? I almost called George Clinton. I mean George the Funk Man. I almost called him George Floyd.
We got a song with George Clinton on our new album.
I'm just thinking about his band.
Yeah.
And the promoter thinking like, he got 70 more.
Yeah. Forget that. That's over.
Wow. So, but you spoke on something. I'm glad you spoke on something earlier, right? And I need to know because I need to know. You told me that somebody didn't believe in hip hop because they thought it was like disco.
Yeah.
Where the freak did disco come from? Because that wasn't our culture thing, was it?
No, that's more like, I don't know, like EDM or white folks trying to play black. I don't know, bro. All I know is it was corny to me. It was just, shit was corny, bro.
But it never was like, well, who was the first big disco band? Like who?
I think it was that gay group.
What was the gay group? YMCA. Them
much.
jokers?
Yeah. I mean, or Dinah. She just passed. Donna Summer.
Which one is one? I like this one. I ain't gonna lie. I like that.
It was a few.
I like that one. I ain't gonna lie.
And it was a few good songs, but you know, it was definitely a fad.
How long did disco last?
I don't know what, 4 or 5 years,
4 or 5 years,
something like that.
Who sings that song? Is that Donna Summers? I can't think of a damn lyric in it. Because when it come on, I like it though. I know it's from the disco era. What other song I might like from the disco era?
And then the Bee Gees had a couple good hits.
Stand Alive.
Yeah,
that was all right. I give that some every now and then.
Yeah.
What about is Rolls Royce? Is that a disco song?
No, Rolls Royce.
Not the artist, but did she do that disco song? when she said, "I just came back from outer space." Can't hear me. You got that stupid looks to stand up on your face. I should have took a little kid. Was that a disco song?
That was one of the biggest disco. Because, I mean,
I Will Survive.
If you listen to the lyrics, that makes it a good song, bro. I don't give a fuck what year you played. It's a good song.
I just want to make sure
No, but
that
I'm
I'm
saying
on my right.
that was a good song.
It's always a good song. I just wanted to see if that was one of the good songs that came out of the disco.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
I want you to go back. If anybody get a chance, to the audience out there, please go listen to the lyrics of the YMCA. Listen to it. And then please comment and tell me what you think in the comments about the lyrics. Because that is the most dumbest programming song I've ever heard when I finally listened to the lyrics. I said, wait a minute. This joke is talking about being homeless. They talk about being homeless and staying at the YMCA.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
What? Nobody wants to stay at the YMCA.
Nah.
Nobody wants to live there.
No.
What makes you think with the man that was part of the programming?
Yeah.
I'm surprised, and I have nothing wrong with pride, but that's where they would go in my category. They would
You remember Donna Ross said that song, I'm coming out.
I used to like that song. I gotta agree.
It's a good song, but it's a gay song.
It was a gay song?
Think about it. I'm coming out.
Well, I see,
I want the world to know. I got to let you share. Come on, bro.
I guess coming from a female's perspective, I never looked at it like that. And I was young.
But you know what? But you know what though?
I never liked it that much. I had to be, I'm coming out. Hey, I thought, see, this is my perspective. I thought like, nigga, I get my money, nigga. I'm busting out the scene. I'm fresh off the gun. That's
cool.
My mind.
That's cool.
That's why I took it.
Double entendre. You feel me?
Yeah, I took it like, nigga,
That's
I
all
got
good.
my money on. I'm jumping off the porch. I'm busting out. You see me, my jewelry tight. I'm clean. The caddy white. It's looking crispy.
Yeah.
That's what, because that's what raised me. I came around pimps and Macs. So when I'm coming out, I'm thinking, you know what I mean? They flaw. I'm coming out. Hey, I want the world to know. And that was something totally different. I'm going around here. I'm singing this song in the Ave, and they looking at me sideways. This joke over here talking about I'm coming out, and that's why they looking at me sideways. Let me stop singing this song. But I actually like that one. So, yeah, because they always blamed people take shots at disco a lot. Right?
They had some good songs though.
But even Too Short took shot. Last one, disco killed the funk. Right? It's like so. I guess
it wasn't disco didn't kill the funk. Rap killed the funk, bro.
Rap killed the funk,
dude. I just told you. Bro.
No, I'm saying I wasn't there. Go ahead.
Check it out. A promoter can't pay 8 motherfuckers when they can pay 2 and make $1 jillion more dollars.
And is that where you knew you was like, I'm about to make my pivot? I'm about to fuck with this.
No, well, actually, no. I had a group called the Freaky Executives, bro, and we was selling out every nightclub in the Bay Area. We had line around the corner, bro, with no record deal, bro. And at that time, I knew, like every band has like a window. I had like professional musicians in the group, all professional players, right? So when we first started, I paid them out my pocket to make sure they come and play, and the window, I know that the window is closed because we got pros in this group, and they got to get paid, so we had to get a record deal.
Okay,
and at the time. We did a show at the Greek Theater. You can look it up online. Freaky
Greek Theater.
Freaky,
is that
right up the street?
Okay.
Yeah, Freaky Executive at the Greek.
I like y'all there. I love that.
Yeah, at the Greek, right?
Executives.
It was the shit, bro. Anyway, we got signed, but the cold thing about it was we got signed to the R&B department of Warner Brothers. That wasn't a place for us to be signed. We still got signed to they had an indie label there. I think it was called, I don't remember the name of it, but we weren't a R&B group at all, bro. Our shit was like Latin, rock, ska. It was like a mixture of all rap. We had all kind of shit, bro. And but like I said, at that time, that window was closing and we weren't getting no record deal. So that's when I made my little pivot. And I said, man, I love rap. Let me just fuck around with my friend and do this little song. It was called Surf or Die. And I did the song Surf or Die. And we sent it out to Profile Records. in New York City. And they sent me back a record deal the next week, bro.
Oh shit. Damn.
I took the record deal to our manager at the time, David Rubinson, great producer, bro. He produced for the Pointer Sisters. He basically found the Pointer Sisters in Oakland, and he produced for Santana, all kind of.
Carlos?
Yeah.
You can't just say that name like it's just last. You got to throw that whole thing out there. They don't even know about Carlos.
I mean, David Rubinson, he was a major player in the music business for years, bro. He owned like half of a block on Folsom Street. He had this place called the Automat. He had like four different studios in one spot. Anyway, I digress. What were we talking about?
Oh, we were talking about. I got you. We were talking about when you start pivoting and said, you know what? From the Hurry, you made your album.
Right. So. Window was closing for my group Freak Executives, and I decided to mess around and just do a little rap song with my friend. Got the record deal, and I brought the record deal to my manager. This dude is a big time cat. He done got record deals for everybody, right? He couldn't figure out. He couldn't find the right home for my sound, right? So I can't really blame him because our shit was so different. It was so ahead of its time, but at the same time, man, I gotta get. I need a deal, bro. I can't not survive. I'm not gonna be playing in the nightclub. I've been doing that since I was 13, bro. Now
how old are you at this time when you getting a record? How old are you?
I was 23.
Okay, so you got 10 years.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I need a record. Yeah. So anyway, right. I brought him the deal. I said, man, I'm about to sign this, bro. Unless you can get us a deal for the Freaks, right? Dude, he got a deal for the Freaks with Warner Brothers Records within a week or two after that, bro. So when I signed my deal with Warner Brothers, on the same night, I signed as a producer for the Surf MCs. So I signed 2 record deals in one night, bro.
Ooh,
yeah,
that shit right there.
You
got them advances like, yeah, we own that motherfucker.
yeah. But unfortunately, Benny Medina, he was living that life. He didn't want. He did. Benny Medina. That's the cat that made up the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That was his story.
Oh shit.
Yeah. He was the head of A&R at Warner Brothers at the time. He signed us and put us with this. I should have produced my own record with George Clinton or somebody, because that's how different our shit was. But he put us with this Prince clone, motherfucker, bro. Dude was a nice guy and everything. Chico Bennett, he was a nice guy, but he made our sound. It wasn't our sound. It wasn't live. We should have done everything live. He wanted to use like drum machines and back in those days when the drum machines and sequencers first came out, it didn't have that touch sensitivity. No touch sensitivity.
Oh, the velocity.
Yep. No. Yep.
When you touch the keyboard,
One sound.
No
Yep.
matter how soft you hit it sounded like you was pounding on it.
Yep. Yeah. So you couldn't do the feel when it first came out. And plus, you need at least 10,000 hours of anything to become professional at. I don't give a fuck what you do. If you don't put them 10,000 hours in, and so anyone that was coming up doing sequencing shit, man, it's just wasn't gonna happen. It's just like a lot of groups, like Isley Brothers back in those days, they fell off because they started sequencing. A lot of groups start sequencing. Cameo.
Yeah, ain't that? Yeah, that's
they started sequencing.
Roger though, wasn't that where Roger started doing this thing too, right?
But not Roger, yeah, but he still had that live. He had that live, that live guitar and the live,
You saying Roger Troutman?
Yeah.
I mean, but there's no way around at that time to get to do the voice box. So you still have to speak through the
Yep.
and
It's still analog. Yep.
at the same time.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's playing live, but just going. Okay, all right, I got you.
Yeah.
The sequence part of his songs were mostly the drums.
Yeah. So it didn't matter as much,
See, I love how y'all can talk that producer talk, that shit right over here. It's like y'all thinking speaking a whole other language. I like that.
Yeah,
We
but
fall
you-
back, man.
yeah,
Talk that
you know,
producer
but-
talk.
Yeah, but where was I? I digress.
You were talking about touching the keyboard and having one sound, whether you the
well,
live band thing.
That messed up the sound of the group and the record. It was, plus, bro,
the beat is everything, though. You know that.
Now, another thing, bro, Prince was like the biggest thing at Warner's at the time.
And what year is this?
And this is like 80, 82, 83.
This is 1982?
86, actually 86.
Okay, we're not going to go past the 90 story on this interview. Y'all stay tuned, but this is going to be a long interview. We're going to do 3 parts at minimum. So we're not going to go past the 90. So right now we at 82. Let's keep that clipboard 82. Y'all reached the 1982 for you young puppies out there.
Actually 86.
Oh, it's 86.
Yeah. But that's right when Sheila had done that.
Sheila was on fire around that 86, right?
She did the glamorous life video right then.
Okay, yeah, she was on fire.
And I was on the video, and I was in that video, and Prince was there, bro. I wish I would. I had my Zorro hat in the car, but I didn't bring it in. But I had me a little Zorro hat, right? Mm-hmm. And because I wanted to be, I didn't want to have that Prince look. I wanted to be my own thing, right?
Your own identity.
Right.
Yeah,
so
if we got one Prince, we don't need 2 Princes.
Right. So first thing that brother does, man, you got to lose that hat, bro.
Oh shit, you fucking me up right there. Oh, I done fucked you up.
You got to lose that hat, man.
You ever jam with Prince?
No, we didn't get a jam, but nah. But Sheila. Every break, she came and sat on my lap because we were still good homies, bro. And she was trying to, I guess she was trying to get in Prince's head because Prince, he was doing his thing, but he's still, I don't know what was going on with him and Sheila, but that's their business. But all I know is she would come and sit on my lap on every break, bro. That man,
that was a message.
Mean mugging me, bro.
That's why you ain't jammed with Prince. He knew had to get the competition up out of there.
That man was mean mugging me, bro. Then we got signed to Warner Brothers, bro. And now Benny Medina, he was. You feel me? He was pride. You feel me? He didn't let no one know at that time, right?
He wasn't coming out.
Right. He
didn't want the world to know that.
Exactly, right. And he was in love with some Prince, right? So my group, he didn't know what the fuck to do with us, bro. So we got dropped off the level.
We're gonna stay on subject, but it's funny that it's still like that to this day. So that let you know it's bigger than what you people think out there. Y'all have to notice why all these A&Rs at these big record companies are a little fruity. I'm just gonna say it. I mean, all these dudes that's directing you hardcore gangsters that you want to be buck. Well, what's really going on? You know what I'm saying? I believe like that. You know what I'm saying? If you have one of those ones leading your group, ain't no way you can tell me like that ain't how it go. He does not lead your group. You can't have that group. It don't mix. Water and oil don't mix. So I can see why you couldn't come off the porch because he didn't have the vision for you because he was on some other.
Yeah.
He in a whole nother different lane.
Yeah, Benny wanted me to lead my group and
go solo
and do a group with the producer that he brought me with. I had made up this other group called House Party. That's before the movie came out, House Party.
You should have trademarked that shit. You got paid.
Right. But I just came up with a group name for House Party and played him some music. Man, he said, why don't you do that group with that? I'm like, bro. And I've been doing my group Freaky Executive for like how many years now, bro? I ain't leaving them boys. Like we got to finish. I'll do that, but we got to finish this first, bro. You feel me? So. We finished it. We got dropped. It just wasn't the shit for them.
So, when did you start making? Like, cause I did the little Wikipedia search and shit, trying to find all your musical chronicles and shit that you did. Right. It started me at 1997. Right. Obviously, you started
way before that.
You started before 1979. But it started at night. You started with the music. You got your, and it was all hip hop, and it didn't even allow me to research like how much background you got with the Confunction.
Yeah, but that's Scott Roberts. Oh, that's Scott Roberts, musician.
I just did one drop. So
you
did the old school. Your pops taught you well. Your pops, he know how to maneuver. So okay, that keep him up off your line. So you got so many years in the game, right? And so now, are you ever thinking like, you know what, I could do this shit on my own? Or so you never got frustrated with dealing with A&Rs like your previous A&R to get you frustrated to say, nah, I'm just about to leave this shit alone? Or like, how did you get to fucking with the Loonies and SIBO? And
Well, man, rap artists are the ones that put me on. Now, Tone Capone, me and Tone go way back, and like I said, I brought him in to the Surf MCs as a DJ on the record that's on the Christmas and the Hollis, and that's the first time me and Tone Capone had worked together. Now, Tone wanted to be making beats because back in those days, most producers were DJs, right?
Yeah.
He was known as DJ Tony G at the time, DJ Tony G, and then he became Tone Capone. But at that time, I really helped him out, and he helped me out as well as knowing how to make some hip hop shit. And but Tone really, he didn't have much musical background. I had musical background since I was 13 years old, right? Playing steel drums. That's like you had to play drums, but you had to play in tune. Like they're like a xylophone or something like that,
Okay.
right?
Oh shit.
Right, yeah. So they had notes, So you're playing rhythm, but you're playing notes at the same time. So you had to know about music. I played trumpet. Charles Moffett was one of my first teachers. Charles Moffett was like one of the most famous jazz players from back in the day. He had art ensemble of Art Blakey's art ensemble. Anyway, it was like avant-garde jazz music or whatever. But my thing goes so far back, and I keep digressing.
No, it's good. I got you. I know what's going on. I got you.
Where was I at?
We're talking about Tone, like you had
Oh, yeah.
The music. How did you go from making band music, being in a band, to making hip hop beats for some of the most gangsters rappers in the Bay Area?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so like I said, me and Tone used to hang out, and Tone, like I said, he wasn't really musically inclined at that point, right? But he would call me, Scotty, man, I need to get this. I need to get my bass line in tune with my sample, man. Come through. I come through and help him tune it up and get it to where it's in tune with his sample. He started learning more, and I showed him how to do the crossover on the keyboards when he played keyboards, not just doing, but how to cross over his fingers and little things like that. And then,
teach him how to be a musician.
Yeah. And Tone taught me the nuances of hip hop music as well. So we fed off each other really, really well. We did keep it on the real together. Yeah.
Hold on, you gotta stop going so fast, One Drop. That's keep it on the real.
Yeah.
High side in.
Yeah.
That's a legendary bass song. Don't just gloss over that, man. I got to give you I hate that word. I hate when they say, we got to give you your flower. I'm not giving another man no flower, no roses. I'm going to give you props, man. You get your, man, that is a Bay Area legendary song.
Right on. Thank you.
And it's like, it was one of the ones that wasn't talking about killing up the whole party.
Yeah, I mean,
it was one of them ones where you can play at a damn wedding reception, club, car, vibe out, house party, great. You can play, keep it. That was one of them ones.
Yeah.
That's a classic, man.
It felt like Earth, Wind and Fire, Rodney Troutman, all that shit is mixed into that one song.
Yeah.
That bass is
And it's a replay. That's a replay from the dude that I forgot the producer's name, but he had Loose Ends. The Loose Ends producer. I forgot the name of the group, the name of the song that we took.
Loose Ends had the blue vinyl with the little colorful snake thing.
Yeah. But that producer right there, he made that song the original.
Oh.
And then we replayed it ourselves. But yeah. Interpolate. Yeah.
Do you make beats from scratch? Just
Yeah, that's how I'm. Yeah.
I used to watch this joker right here, right? He used to have when I was doing my brief little me, I'm Walker B's nephew. I actually
Walker B?
Yeah, that's my uncle. That's how we end up lining this up.
Oh man, that's my man.
Yeah, I know that's it. You've been your man for years.
Yeah, I'm like this man look like Walker B.
Hey, like, that's my uncle. So I've been trying to
man.
get with you back in the day. He would never line me up, right? I used to have a brief rap career and shit, right?
Yeah.
I actually got kind of good and shit. But I used to watch this man when I started getting, we would go in the studio and he would start from the tick, tick, right, and make a whole track like, and I've never seen no shit like that.
Yeah, that's the magic.
Yeah,
that's
so
that's the elements. You bring the elements down.
Would you rather? Let me ask you. Would you rather tick tick start, or would you rather take a sample and create off from there?
No, I like coming from the head, from the dome. You feel me? I like for the elements to bring it to me. I believe that if you stay at it long enough and
10,000 hours. I remember what you said.
And your soul becomes part of it, then the ancestors above are gonna bring shit to you, bruh.
I think like that when different aspects. Like sometimes I like to have little words. I'm slick with my words sometimes, and I be looking for a certain word, but I don't press it. I let it come from me. Because, I like to stay, when I greet somebody, like you said, I don't always say, what's up, my nigga? I want to have another greeting besides, but I want my own to be original and organic. So you fuck me up right there. You can't play charades and the shit in the background. Expect me to understand. But I come up with my own shit, like my own friends. Like some people be like, what's up, my guy? I like to say, what's up, El Jefe? Or what's up, champion? What's up, champ?
Yeah.
So I don't have to greet. But it takes a time. You can't force it. It will come to you.
Mine is Casito.
Casito.
What's up, cousin?
Casito.
Casinero.
Yeah, I like that. I like
I
Casito.
be having all kinds.
I like Jefe. I like Jefe. I like Jefe. What's up, Jefe?
That's boss.
Yeah, it's boss. What's up, Jefe? So I try to, like you said, I don't like always.
Yeah, see, but that's a 2-syllable word, bro.
Yeah.
Now, how come brothers can't use that 2-syllable word instead of nigga every damn time? I'm like, bro, come on now.
Sometimes niggas, I use
it. Sometimes it's all good.
That's why I say I try to diverse.
But to me, it's all good when you're speaking in terms of endearment to
and love.
To the next brother.
Yes.
Nigga, to describe someone that's stupid, you might as well just say something like bomba clot or bomba.
I don't.
I
try not to use the word nigga when it's like if I'm getting aggressive with somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
If I'm nigga, you bitch ass nigga.
Yeah,
we about to go there.
Right.
We going there.
That's what I'm saying.
But what's up? I show you love. If I'm telling a story, I use it like this.
That's
nigga.
cool.
But far as like, that's what I came with. As I said, Jefe, my partner. Shout out to KIU Juan. He been hey, listen here, champ, and that's it.
Yeah.
But I adapted it because I liked it.
Exactly.
I will adapt some shit. Don't get it twisted.
That's
I will
all
adapt
good.
some shit. As long as it's positive and shit, I ain't gonna take no negative shit from nobody.
Right. Yeah,
but if
yeah,
it's positive, I will adapt some shit and put it in my own. But I also want my own. So here's his champ. Mine's his Jefe.
I heard that.
Go ahead.
I was listening to something I came across on YouTube, and I didn't see the person because I was driving. I was just listening on my car, and it was a kid. He was in a spelling bee, and the people who tell you the words that you need to spell. Toss this one out and he said, "Okay, can you spell the word niggas?" Right? And then the kid says, like, can you
Put it in a sentence.
put it into a sentence?
Right.
And then he said, the niggas, blah, 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 blah. And the kid still wouldn't say the word nigga, right? He kind of sounded like he was a white kid, but he wouldn't say the word, right? And then he said, well, can you tell me of which region it comes from?
Yeah.
Ooh. It don't come from a region.
So, I don't remember what region he said, but the reason why the kid is asking these questions is because, like certain words only use certain vowels and consonants based on the country. Like French don't use too many R's or whatever, or in Arabic languages and in Chinese. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that helps you narrow it down.
Yeah.
To how it should be spelled.
Right.
It was spelled negus. Negus.
I was just about to say that.
Negus. And
now, here's the cold part.
Go ahead.
The cold part is that the way that it was used in the sentence was that negus were kings.
Exactly. I was about to say
That's
that.
where the word come from.
I was about to say that.
So,
That's where the word comes from. I've been telling people that.
where are we at?
I'm gonna tell you where. Oh, see, now you want to get to my. Now you're going to my section now. Now I'm going to tell you this. So now, boom, they use the banana in the tailpipe. Because if you have to think about it, right? If you have to really think and do critical thinking, First of all, we wouldn't be offended by a word we didn't understand if we didn't speak the language.
Yeah.
We can't be offended by a word we do not understand. Boom. But they took it because it means king and queen. But they took it from you and to tell you, oh no, it doesn't mean kings and queen. It means you're beneath, you're below, you're something less than, right? Then they reframed it. We use it as a term of endearment. Now they want to take it away because we can use it as a term of endearment. But now they want to make put this stench on it. But we allow them to put the stench on it instead of it being said, oh man. Because if you look up in I think Nigeria is where it comes from. And you know where I learned that
And
from?
bro, I don't go ahead.
I learned that from hip hop.
Well, you know what? I learned that from reading, but I pointed it out to one of my little rapping homies. I said, bro, actually, niggas means kings, man.
And that's who ran the region when the coloners asked, who ran the region?
Right, and bro, I was saying, maybe you should start like shifting and pivoting and explaining that word to other brothers out there, so we don't have to be. It don't have to be a negative connotation attached to it.
We've been so lost in the sauce. Like I said, man, when I spoke earlier, man, I don't want my oppressor giving me my history.
Man, but that's cool. But at the same time, as long as you know it and you tell it, then it'll keep moving on in the right direction.
I got a small little advantage because I came from on my father's side. They were a Hebrew community, and I have a small little event. They was giving us real teaching. So these are things I kind of learned when I was a youth.
Yeah,
and, they weren't teaching in school and shit.
Nah,
so
they don't teach you that.
They was teaching us the Sabbath and about the meanings of Thanksgiving. We don't celebrate Christmas. We don't do none of the paganist holidays. We do things like Hebrew New Year's. You know what I mean? We do things of together, Passover and things like that, and a totally different time frame of when everybody else is doing. We don't celebrate New Year's in January. Our New Year's ain't until April. New Year's it means new life. You can't have new life when winter is still here.
Yeah, that's true.
Till the plants start blooming and blossoming, the flowers start blossoming. That means the earth is ready for the new life. Yeah, and then that's when the new year has started. Because the old year when it's fall, when all the leaves are dry, that's the end of the year. We're dying off. And so they try to tell you to celebrate. People be putting their New Year's resolution in January and wonder why it ain't happening because you put your New Year's resolution in the wrong time. You can't get your blessings when you're blocking them.
Yeah.
But this is just part one, and we're gonna wrap this up because it's getting a little dark outside. I don't want my man's driving that dark because he blessed us and showed us up, man. This is part one of 3 parts. So stay tuned. I want to thank Brother One Drop Stop for coming through, dropping some knowledge. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see him again real soon. We're going to book that. For now, see you later.